going? How's it going? Are you guys doing okay? Good. I'm doing okay. Feeling good. Feeling a little bit better now that things are about to transition into a different leadership with a person who's not a horrible person and wants to make everyone hate each other. And I don't want to hate you, and I try to let go of my hate as soon as it comes to me. But boy, oh boy, that guy has made it really hard to do that over the last 4 years. So, yeah, Joe Biden's coming in tomorrow morning. Oh, he's already there. Joe Biden. Joe Biden. I'll do a Michigan guy voice for a minute. No, Joe Biden. He lost the election. Oh, he lost it. It's pretty simple. Dominions voting. They got in there and they lost it. They stole the votes for Biden, and Trump won by a long shot. I'm not gonna do that Kudigi voice right now for you, but wow. I want to say like a weight is lifted off my shoulders, but a weight is lifted off of like America's chest. Like there's an elephant sitting on us for 4 years, and here we go. But you know what? In many regards, a lot of the policies won't change. A lot of the policies when Donald Trump took office, most of the policies stayed the same. Most of it stayed the same, aside for immigration, law enforcement. A lot of those changes to law enforcement that in the Obama administration that were put in place were rolled back. Suffice it to say, in my view, from president to president, not much changes. So I agree with the folks who are like, well, both sides aren't working for us. I kind of agree. Both sides aren't really working hard enough for us. Now, I believe the Democratic side is working for equality and money for everyone, which some people like to call socialism, but socialism happens when you have a bailout. So I'm always going to vote for the guys who are looking for everyone to be on the same playing field, and that means I vote for Democrats. I always have. I would today consider myself to be a progressive liberal, or liberal progressive. But what Donald Trump did to this country in 4 years, it wasn't through policy. It wasn't policy that really changed much. It was the tone of leadership. I thought at the very beginning, I asked people. I know people who voted for Trump, and I asked them, well, what would be the outcome? And some people thought, like, well, let's get this asshole in there so he can blow it all up, so we can start new. And to some degree, I liked that sentiment, past tense, but I didn't agree with it because I thought it was too volatile. I thought Donald Trump was too much of a narcissist and too much of a dangerous person. I mean, it's all on paper. It's all been documented how much this guy only cares about himself and a little bit about his family. You could even argue he doesn't really care about his family, but so even 4.5 years ago, I was like, you can't vote for this guy because this is the scenarios that have taken place in the last couple years. It's all predictable. It's all based on his personality. You can all predict that's going to happen. So I don't know. I just can't get on board with justifying that. But if you wanted to blow it up, then you blew it up. That's what happened. You got that happened. But anyway, tomorrow Biden will be inaugurated. I don't foresee any problems with that inauguration because they have the whole city surrounded. I know they had removed 12 National Guardsmen today based on some affiliation or a sentiment with far right or whatever. They had to be removed as a security threat. But I don't think tomorrow's going to be a problem. I don't think the next week or 2 weeks is going to be a problem. I think later in the year you're going to see some of these far right groups start to try and target things, and I'm afraid for that. I think people are going to get hurt because of the lies that have been told that have made people believe these things and feel this way and want to behave this way. Militancy is never the answer. But anyway, I got a really beautiful gift for my 40th birthday from my great friend, Mr. Anthony Whitlock, who's watching, probably, maybe not. Maybe he'll watch it later. And he gave me this Hammond M3 organ chop. So it's a chop. So if you look at the organ behind me, it looks like it's floating, but you can see the support underneath it. Normally it's all a whole solid organ. All the wood components and some of the electrical components are carried down into the wood. It sits on the floor. And so what people are doing over the last 20, 30 years is they're chopping these Hammond organs, chopping the bottom out here. How do I do this? See this part right here? Chopping this part out right here, down, and folding those mechanical parts up into the top. And so you have a slightly more movable or mobile Hammond organ, which is highly sought after and very desired. And this was a gift from my buddy, and I've been using it for the new Bolibit album, and I'm going to do a little jam in a couple seconds here. I'm going to take a quick little break, and I'm going to come back and do a little jam on the straight ahead bebop backing track on Jamie Abersold album. So if you ever practice jazz or practice any kind of music, you got backing tracks that you can play to, so you can work on your chops. I'm going to throw one of those on and do a little demo of this M3 over here in just a second. I'll be right back. Okay, so that was just a little jam in it for you. Hope you enjoyed it. Having lots of fun with the new organ. It wasn't too loud. And tomorrow morning you can wake up. Well, I'm going to wake up and say, Donald Trump's not the president anymore. He's a citizen. And I hope he fares well in his lawsuits against the Southern District of New York. Not sure that's going to happen, but I wish him well. And, oh, by the way, unity, right? Unity. Love you guys. Leave me a comment if you want to, and I'll try to reply. But for now, have a glorious evening.